souls. My name is Ilse, and from AnaAkun, I call you all welcome to this new meeting with Grethel. Today we are with this beautiful soul again. I always have beautiful souls in my programs. Who is Grethel? I'm going to tell you a little bit more about her. She's a trained light language expert, an intuitive reader, spiritual. She's an artist who has been working with the Higher Self Collective, the Ambassadors, and sound energy healer who combines the light language and the channeling with her natural ability to speak with the Higher Self Collective and speak in light language to help people to get in that alignment. That sounds really, really complicated. You have to really explain to me and all the listeners what it is about, no?
Yes.
So, hi, welcome in this program, Grethel. How do you feel?
I feel honored to be here, Ilse. Thank you so much for inviting me, and thank you for being here in your space. I'm ready to begin. Yes, that sounds complicated. It's more simple than what it sounds.
It's fantastic. Thank you so much that you take this time to be with us. Grethel, how did everything start in your life? Tell me, as a child already? Can you tell us a little bit more?
Yes, I was a very gifted child, a very different child. I don't think I fit in this role. I had my imaginary friends. I was very wide imagination, and I was talking in different languages with them and having my own experience.
Okay.
My dream state has been very active, and I always have these dreams that have their own story embedded on it. So it was how I started. Yes,
That's how you started. Did you see things that other children didn't see? How did you realize that? And
Yes,
what sort of things did you see?
my third eye, it's fully open during the day sometimes, and during night dream, I have been coming in and out. I shut down my gifts when I was a child, and then I reopened them. I wake up in 2012, and then mainly in 2014, it was when my third eye fully opened. I have the gift that I can see how the energy interacts. Sometimes the images come to my mind, and another times I can physically see the beings.
Oh.
Yes.
And do you realize that the other people don't see the beings? Do you
Yeah.
realize? Yeah.
Sometimes I have to pretend that I'm not seeing anything, and sometimes the people that is close to me notice that I see, hear things normal people don't do. They have the ability, but we normally don't use those channels. And because my channels are open and active, I have the capacity to have extra information. Sometimes I tell people, sometimes I don't. It depends on the information that is coming through.
Okay. And as a child, what sort of beings did you see?
Mainly elementals, fairies, unicorns. I have dreams with star beings as well. But yes, as a child, I saw them as a cartoon beings. And even now on physical, when I saw them in the physical, they look to me in different ways. Sometimes they look like in sepia filter, and they will look as a gold cartoon that is having an interaction mostly in light language. Sometimes the interaction is through my telepathy. In another, I'll have images on my mind. Normally, these images are for 3 or 4 seconds, that I took like a little trip in some place, and then I have access to a memory. Let's say that sometimes I saw another era, or
Another
sometimes
era?
another era, like for example, I have had images about things happening on Atlantis, for example. And
Oh,
when I remember those, lines. What I saw is I saw 3 or 4 seconds the scene like from a movie. Normally those come through my inner mind, through my imagination, through my thoughts. But on dream state, sometimes I'm being awake by beings, and then when I wake up, I'm showing an image. And it's when I see them on my physical eyes. It's a little bit sounds complicated to explain, but it's more simple. Mm, at the beginning, I was scared. I was not sure what was going on. And when I was little, I was amazed that I was the only one seeing those beings. At the beginning, I thought everyone could do it. And then when I realized I was the only one, it was when I shut the channel because I felt insecure to have these connections. And I think it's a normal thing. But then it reopened and later. But yes,
And
it's
when, about what age did you close the channel really?
about 3, I believe.
Ah, okay. When you were 3 years old.
Yes, I always had the dream state active, but interacting in the physical, I think I was 3.5. Yes,
2.5. And you remember that really clearly?
I do. It's just when you remember images like that, it's not like a full movie. It comes in pieces, pieces of the puzzle that at the beginning it does not make sense. And then it will make sense when you see the whole. It's a little bit complicated to explain, but yes, like for example, one that I can describe, I saw myself that I was walking with a pink llama. Then I saw like a little fairy being that was talking to me, and then I don't remember. After I connect with that being, I don't remember. And the reason why we don't remember our dreams or our experiences is because that frequency does not match into this reality. That's why sometimes we don't remember. You just have the knowing, like I dreamed with angels that night, or with my grandma, or with my ancestors, but I don't remember what they say. We don't remember, but it's always active in our innate, but you have to access that information. And you access through meditation, through hypnosis, or trance. Is when we can access those memories. I think we all do those things. It's just not everyone is conscious about it, then we don't remember those experiences.
They always say that we have to remember or write our dreams, no? But why is it so important to remember what we dream?
Because I do believe our dreams are guidance, guidance for our divine mind, the mind that is connected to God and to all that it is. And they give us messages. The messages are not quite literal, as we remember in the physical, but it's just an idea. The messages that we get from divine, I do believe they come in metaphors. It's not like ABC, but at the same time, if we're able to use our intuition and our internal GPS, that it will be our God, we're able to decipher that message. That probably it's, let's say I dreamed with an ancestor that already passed. Probably just want to say that it's okay, that we should let go, or give us a message that is going to help us. Sometimes I think we access future, sometimes we access the past, sometimes it's for the present moment. I think Ilse, those dreams that have like no sense, that very weird dreams, are astral travels that our consciousness couldn't understand them, and then it come into a nonsense. But I also believe that everything is perfect in the moment, so it doesn't matter if we don't understand. It's already within us, and with trusting and faith and knowing that whatever you need, it will come to you in a natural way. That's
And
how
if
I do it.
yeah,
So,
and if you don't remember, is it important if you don't remember?
if you don't remember, I believe it's because it's not meant to be remembered. Some people, it does not serve for the experience that they have to know that they are own souls, for example, or that they have been experiences in another planets. So if it's not purposeful for this experience, you won't have access to those memories. Only if it will benefit you is when you remember. That's what I think.
That's right. No, thank you. But sometimes we dream also, and we see people together who don't have anything to do with each other. Just pieces from everywhere that they, a house there in with a person out of another country that out of, people and places who doesn't have anything to do with each other.
From my experience, happen is when we dream, our soul go outside of our body. Some people it's conscious about this, like I am. Others have no idea. So your soul travels into another parallel lives because everything is happening the now. Even if you feel like it's a past life or a future life, it's happened now because time does not exist. It's more like circular than chronological. I have a chronological experience because we access our memory, but in reality, everything is happening in the present moment. So when you have those dreams, when I have those dreams, that it's people that I know, or some of them that I don't know, that are in a different equation than the one that I have in the present moment, it's a life that is going in parallel to this one. Let's say that, for example, in this life, I'm single, probably I will show myself that I'm married. It could be this life in the future, it could be another parallel life. It's a little bit complicated, but time goes on packets of consciousness that you access, and you can access those packets of consciousness to meditative state, to dream state, to meditation, to hypnosis. Normally, in dream state, it's the easiest one because we don't have resistance. You dream and you normally cannot know you are dreaming, but you don't do anything to stop it.
Okay.
You are not conscious about it. It's when guidance comes through.
Wow. About, yeah, it's a whole world, a special world. Can you tell us a few really very important experiences that you lived as a child? Something really detailed?
Yes, I have one that for example, I think I was about 7 or 6. My grandma was in New York, and what I remember is that on my dream, I saw my grandma saying that she was about to die and she was coming to say goodbye to me. Okay. And when she said that, I started crying, saying, no, grandma, don't die, please. So when that happened, I wake up and it was my morning. So I told my mom called my grandma. I was living in Mexico, my grandma was in New York. So my grandma was that night in the hospital, and she was in the emergency room because she has some trouble with her heart, and she could die, but she didn't. But because I dream about it, for me, it was a confirmation that what I was seeing in my dreams, as we already talked before, it was guidance for me. And I was little. I don't think I didn't understand that what was happening to me. Why was the reason why I dreamed that my grandma was going to die? But what I understood, it was that my intuition, it was sharp and it was accurate, and my dreams were guided. So it was something that I should pay attention to. My grandma was fine. She died many years later, but it was something that I will always remember because it's the confirmation that I should always trust myself, my guidance, my net, my guide, my heart speaking, and be confident. And probably I will know exactly the why and the how, but if I go neutral, I will have an idea or a feeling about what was the message about.
physical experience? You can talk about
Just physical experience. When I started, I think I will share this because many people has gifts as me. I'm not the only one. I do believe we are all gifted. Sometimes we amplify our gifts, sometimes we don't for several reasons. But we all have something that is more stronger than the other. Some people feel, some people see, some people know, some people have premonitions. In my case, I have like a little bit of everything. When I really started seeing beings, I was very scared about what I was seeing because it was very unknown to me. I couldn't understand what was happening and what was the reason I was seeing them. I really struggled with having those dreams very active and at the same time would see the energy at the physical level. At the beginning, I struggled for months and I tried everything, every technique that people says that it was going to help me. Nothing was helping me because I was very afraid about myself and I was very afraid about being gifted and about being authentic me, because this authentic aspect of me is the one that has magical aspects. And when I embrace that aspect of me, my uniqueness, whatever your uniqueness is, embrace it because your uniqueness is your greatest strength. And sometimes for us, we perceive it as a weakness, but it's a weakness because we haven't allowed ourselves to be aligned with this energy signature that we ask. And we all have that. We're all different and we all have different. And it does not have to be anything that is because you're gifted. It could be because you normally know how to calm people or how to be a manager, how to be a leader, or how to comfort, nurturing, or organize. Some people is bossy and it's required to be bossy sometimes because you put healthy boundaries. So every uniqueness we have is our energy signature and is what make you different from the rest. I do believe is my greatest strength and at the same time my soul essence. So that was a big lesson for me in this life. Accept my uniqueness and my difference. And I think my difference from the rest is my gift for myself and from my world. Hope this makes sense.
Yes, of course. But it's really lovely if you, in the way that you are gifted, it's really lovely because you can help other people, you see. When did your life changed? Let's say, really changed.
My life changed after I was cancer. I had a tumor of cancer in 2014. Even though I was already awake and I started meditation, the spiritual journey, it was not too seriously for me. But I ended homeless. I divorced. I lost everything. I was broke and I was sick. I had a tumor that was cancer inside of me. And that was really the slap on the face that I needed from the universe and from my soul to wake up and to really do something more useful with my life. Because at that time, I realized that if I die, I was not part of the rest of my life. I said, no, I want to have like another chance to do things different and to be myself and to enjoy life and to have fun. And it was when everything changed. It was when I started seeing things more clearly, that my third eye opens and that I did my Reiki and then I started doing the codes and the drawings that I do and working with the Higher Self Collective. Yes.
You were working already with the light codes when you get sick?
No.
Ah, okay. But
It
you
was
said before 2012? What happened in 2012?
I had depression. I had depression. I was in disagreement with life. My marriage was wrong. My work was wrong. I didn't like myself. Everything was wrong. I didn't know why life was so wrong and so disappointing to me. And that was the beginning for me to enroll into the spiritual world, because I wanted to be happy. I wanted to have peace. I wanted to be myself. And it was how I started meditating.
Okay. You started meditating, and through the meditation,
Yes, I started meditation and doing my inner work, reading, doing courses, webinars, and then my life crashed in 2014. And then my second awakening, it was in 2014. Yes, when my kids really, really opened.
okay. So what you closed off when you were so small as a child, it opened again after that you had the problem with the cancer and the disease and everything.
Exactly.
Okay. It's like a second awakening, let's say, yeah?
Exactly. I believe my depression, the reason of my depression it was because I was rejecting myself. I was
Exactly.
rejecting my uniqueness,
Mm.
and I didn't want it to be me because I was so different of the rest. And
Yeah,
when I accept myself and embrace myself, everything changed and shifted for me, and I started flowing.
that's
Yes.
really fantastic. You see how important it is that we love ourselves, no? When did you start really with these light codes, and what is it?
When
Really?
my church and I start seeing the energy and how the energy engage in the physical world, I start drawing the codes, and I start drawing the beings that came and showed me the codes,
Oh,
because
really?
it was the way how I started integrating this not physical world into physical, and then understanding what was happening to me, what was the benefit from seeing these codes, and how I could use them in a practical way. Yes, how it was how I started.
Okay, so then little by little, the more you use them, the more you expand, no?
Since my tear eye open, I see them every day, every night. It's just I'm getting better at connection. I'm getting more confident. I feel more empowered each day. Mm, Trusting that my guidance and my intuition, and at the same time receiving a confirmation about the whys in the house. Like, for example, some beings, they come because they are your soul family. Sometimes they have messages. Sometimes they want to do some healing or energy work with you. Sometimes they come to teach you a lesson. But I do believe those beings are us. It's just from another time and space that we don't recognize because we live a little bit on separation here. But yes, we are our guides. We are all one. We are everything. We are all. It's just we don't perceive it in that way.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because I mean, maybe they don't see it, but I mean, when you say my third eye is always open, can you decide to receive the information or to not receive it? Or do you automatically have to see it and receive it all the time?
I have my channel open all the time. It's just it opens when I need to receive a message that will come through. And I think I have it open all the time because it's the work that I do. I do it for myself and I do it for others. And when it opens, it's momentarily. It's not open 24/7 because it's uncomfortable to have that amount of information available for
Exactly.
you. It
Yeah.
could be over. It comes in pieces.
Ah,
Yes.
it comes in pieces. It's like they protect you a little bit to not overwhelm you with information, let's say.
Yes. And I set my boundaries too. If I am, for
Okay.
example, writing something and then it opens, I cannot write. And then I will ask, can I go back to normal side, get some writing, and then I can see anything. Or if I'm driving, I will ask to go normal so I can drive. That does not happen to me, but I heard I had a client that says that she was driving and then she starts seeing images and then she had to ask to close it so she could drive. It normally opens in sessions when I have sessions with clients. When I'm doing the drawings, I close myself to the outside wall so I have it open and then I allow the information to come through. If I resist, I will have like a headache because the information was to come through and I cut it. I cut a flow.
Okay. You get a headache then if it's really like it's pushing on your head physically, let's say, because
That's
it
why,
wants to come out. Yeah.
actually, yes, the headache started when I started doing the drawings for clients because I was channeling a big amount of information. I was having headaches every weekend. And then I noticed that if I didn't resist and just allow the information to come through, I didn't have any headache or any pain. I believe the energy is smart and everything is energy. It hurts when the energy is not in balance or is in harmony. Sometimes it could be that my channel it's not clear enough to receive that message, or the information that is coming through is not pure enough, so it will hurt a little bit. So now what I do, it's I rectify the energy instantly. If I notice the energy is not engaging in the correct way, the correct way will be in balance. It's like listening to music. When you listen to music and the music is not in harmony, it's going to be noise, it's going to sound like screaming, and it's going to hurt. Not because the tones are bad tones, but because they're not rearranged in harmony. But when the music is in harmony, you listen to piano, for example, it's like sweetness to your ears. It's just like, oh my God, that's so beautiful. And then you engage with the music and then you feel calm and relaxed. But if the music, for example, is noise, it's because it's not in harmony. That happens with the energy too. When the energy is not in harmony, it will hurt.
Yeah.
And then we should correct whatever is happening. Sometimes if you're receiving a download, you could rest or ground or clear yourself or get feedback from your body and from your energy to see what you need to do in order for you to allow this energy to come through or reject it. If you think that information is not helpful, you have the capacity and the right and the free will to say, no, I don't like this channel because it does not serve my purpose. For example, it's like deciding going to a restaurant and decide what meal you want to eat. You don't eat anything because you're just hungry. Like, I'm going to eat a pencil, not because it's not food. I'm not going to eat whatever. I'm going to decide what I want to eat, how I eat it, even though the food can be delicious and organic and high frequency. If I eat it all at once, probably I'll have stomach ache because I didn't got my time. So it's the same thing with the energy. Energy has to have its own pacing, its own speed, and have to be an allowance. And if something is not an allowance, we'll cut the flow and then we will create a block, or the energy will stack and it will froze and then cause normally pain or disease or something. The energy that is not in harmony will feel dense or sticky or heavy because it's energy that it's looking for alignment, but it has not been able to find it.
Okay.
And whenever we have those, probably we won't see those things, but you will feel like, you know what? I don't like to go to my aunt house because it always feels very tense because they fight all the time. So we all have gifts, but we normally don't use it. Probably people will sense or will hear or they will taste. Like, I don't like the smell. I don't like to go there because it smells like funny. I don't like it. Some people will see, sense. We normally, I would say, if I can generalize, we normally all feel that something is not right. And then it's, for example, when someone you just met, you don't have empathy and said, I don't like it. I don't feel like trusting it. And the reason why is because the energy between you and that person is not in harmony, so it's crashing because it could be in different speeds. For example, let's say that you are driving and you want to go 90 miles per hour and everyone else is in 40, you won't be able to because they will block you. So when you are in connection with someone that is lower frequency than you, that person crush your energy. That's why we get drained. Because if their energy is lower, they will consciously absorb your energy so the energy can hit balance. I mean, that person has 30 and you have 70. After that interaction, you will walk at 50. And it's when you feel drained. Because your energy had to lower in order for you to support someone else or something else that is happening. There is a lot of things that happen at the energy level that we don't see.
Yeah.
And for some reason, it's good that we don't see. But at the same time, I think everything is energy. We're all energy, food, beings, places. And because we're energy, I believe it's my responsibility to keep my energy in a comfortable way. Because it's like food. Not because I'm hungry, I'm going to eat everything. I'm going to eat what will serve me, what is helpful for me. So it will be the same thing with energy. I think it's very, very important to set healthy boundaries with beings, with humans, with everything, to feel comfortable and happy where we are.
What is exactly that you see through your third eye? That is quite interesting.
What happens to me is when I notice that I'm not vibrating in harmony, I correct myself. I go back to my center, I breathe. If I cannot handle that energy because it's too lower frequency or too strong to me, probably I will choose to go to another place, to wait, to come back in another moment. But the effect on me is that I don't engage the way I used to be. Like, for example, if someone makes me angry, probably I used to be angry for hours or for days, telling everybody that, hey, Maria made me angry because she betrayed me, she lied to me, etc., etc. This is just an example. But now, if Maria makes me feel angry and I notice that my energy is being darkened or dense because I got angry, I will stop, I will breathe, and then I will say, you know what? I will set my boundary with Maria so that interaction does not happen anymore. I will ask myself, what do I need to do? If I need to stop talking to her, if I need to change my perception, if I need to go and see what is happening to me that I'm reacting, being angry, probably she triggers a program that happened to me when I was little, that it's similar, that it was the reason why I exploded with her. But I tend now to go and see inward what I need to do in order for me to correct my vibration instead of blaming Maria about what happened between us. So it's just a different perception.
This incidents can change your vibration between her and you?
Exactly.
For always or just for that moment?
It already happened to me. What happened to me, I noticed that I did whatever Maria wanted to me, and the moment that she started getting mad at me, her energy started sucking my, and I saw like octopus arms sucking my energy. So what I did, it was like cut the communication and say, I can't talk to you anymore. I fixed myself. I waited for like 2 days to go and talk to her and make peace to her, and we're good friends. I never told her you're sucking my energy because I understand she did it unconsciously to me, but at the same time I needed some time to digest. And go neutral, it's not that I won't feel anything, because you will feel, is that I'm going to step back and have the opportunity to observe different perceptions, different possibilities, different reactions, like not talking to her anymore, blocking her, telling her, hey, why did you suck my energy? or not saying anything and understanding that she is going into a rough stage because Maria is going into a divorce.
Yeah.
So it was not something because I did to her, it was because she is wounded already. So what I decided to do, it was hold the space and love for her with kindness and respect and understanding that it was not because of me, it was because of what she's going through.
Exactly.
That react in that manner. But I needed some time. Yes. Sometimes I still surprise and I need my time to discern what will be the perception that I need to choose, the choice about whatever situation is happening.
Mm-hmm.
So I can do it in a wise manner. Yes.
What's the best what's the best way to recuperate your energy? You said on the briefing. What else?
Yes, exactly. That's an excellent comment. Going back to my center, I always go back to my center. I always go back to breathe. I stop the shatter from the one side of me. Whatever Maria says or whatever whoever says, it's not because of me. It's because of things that they are going through. Let's
Exactly.
say that someone says that my art is horrible. I don't have to feel offended because it was not because of me. That person has the right to like me or not to like me. It's okay.
Okay.
But if I was triggered, it's because I have a wound that it was active for some reason because I needed to clear. But yes, always go back to your center, grounding, resting, setting healthy boundaries, breathing. Always breathe. When I feel like I'm losing myself, I close my eyes, I breathe, and then I stop whatever is doing because probably I don't have the battery enough charge to keep doing that activity, not because the activity is wrong, but because I already spent it in many other things. So I need to be aware when, how, and the match for me for any activity. So I'm being more conscious about my energy and how I interact with um, the world, inside and outside of me.
That was a lot of beautiful information. Thank you so much. Is there a little message?
I think for what I was guided to speak with you and say, it's to always embrace your energy signature, that it will be your uniqueness. Always trust that your weaknesses can be greatest strengths. Always trust your voice, be confident, have faith, and then flow with what is in the present moment. Yes.
Terrific. Fantastic. Fabulous. Thank you so much, Gretel. I thank you so much for all your valuable information.
I'm honored to be invited into your program. Much luck and blessings towards you. Thank you so much, Dylan.
Okay. Bye to everybody. You know, if you liked the video, you can always put like and share. And, you know, if you have some questions, we can do always videos with Q&As, you know, that with questions and answer. For all the people who have questions, especially for Gretel, you can leave them under the video. And bye-bye to everybody. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Gretel. And I wish lots of light for everybody. Bye.
Thank you.